This session is getting recorded in case if you'd like to go through it again, it'll be available for you. Good morning once again. My name is Lukesh. I'm part of the Algomojo team. We will start with a small presentation. Then we'll get into the usage of the platform as such. We will look at what is Algomojo and how to use the Algomojo platform to automate your strategies to place orders in your broker account without much of a delay. Now, if you have any questions, you can use the Q&A box to type out. I will answer them as we go along. And in case you would like to see anything in specific, please mention in the Q&A box. I'll try and show them during the demo today. Like most retail traders, the question is how to place an order without much of a delay. Now, you would be running various strategies in platforms like TradingView or Amibroker or Charting or Ninja Trader, for any of these platforms where your strategies would indicate an order to be placed either for buying or selling. Typically, what happens is as a trader or an investor, you'll need to keep looking at the screen, and whenever there's a signal or a level that is reached for you to place an order, you have to go to your broker account and place orders. Now, the whole thing would require that you be sitting in front of your system and looking for the entry and exits to happen to be triggered, and then you open your account, broker account, and place orders, which could uh, involve a lot of time in terms of placing an order, and also your time would be locked in terms of looking at the screen and waiting for the levels or signals to be generated. Now, Algomojo is a platform which is built to simplify this process of order placement. Whenever there's a signal to say buy or a sell in equities or option, whatever you're trying to trade, we would pick up that signals from your chart and place orders automatically into your broking account without any delay as such. Uh, Once you log in and do the setups, you need not be sitting in front of your system at all. The entire thing will be handled by the Algomojo platform whenever there is a signal that is getting generated. You could be using a strategy, you could be using an indicator, or you can be using a price-based action, whatever is the trigger that you are going to use for placing an order. We will ensure that the orders are getting placed whenever it gets triggered from your chart. We have tried to keep this platform as user friendly as possible. Um, as a trader investor, you need not have to have any coding or programming knowledge to automate your strategies. All you have to do is, or all you have to have is a good strategy that you want to trade. So you need not have to get into the codes of the strategy or modify that strategy or manipulate the codes to include the automation stuff. All that is not required. It is a simple one or two copy paste that you need to do to place orders whenever it is required to be done from your strategy running on the charts. We will look at some of the samples today in the live markets. We will have the crypto markets which are running. We will use that as a sample to place orders from the chart using TradingView. Now, in case if anybody has got a particular strategy or an indicator in TradingView, you would like to look at how it works or how to do the entire setup, let me know. I will try and use them in the demo today and show you how to automate the signals or the levels whenever they are reached on the chart as such. You can use the Q&A box to type out your requirements. I will try and address them as we go along. We will start with a small presentation. Um, the agenda today would be to look at the Algomojo platform and run through the features which are available for all users. And then we will look at how do we do an integration in TradingView using strategies or price-based actions or trend lines or indicators which are pretty popular amongst the users of various strategies in trading view. It could be indicators or it could be price-based actions also. Most of you would have some kind of study that you would be referring to. Now let's look at how do we look at those studies and place an order, right? Then in case if anybody is interested in looking into integration with Amibroker, we can try and do that also. Uh, Try and keep it as interactive as possible. Ask as many questions as possible using the Q&A box. I will try and answer them in case if there are some areas which no ready-made answers available, we could get back to you also, right? There'll be a brief about Algomojo support. How do we, as a user, how you can contact and seek help whenever it is required. We will share those details. Question and answer session. You need not have to wait till the end. You can raise your queries as we go along. Yeah. Uh, our website is algomojo.com. It's a web-based platform. We don't have any mobile app or laptop app for you to use. You can use any browser and log in and start utilizing all these features and functionalities that are available in our platform. Right. It is designed to help traders and investors automate the trading signals whenever they're getting generated. Currently, we have integrated with some of the popular tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4 kind of platforms, um, which are pretty extensively used by the retail community. Now, in case if you are using NinjaTrader, there are button trading facilities available. Python, if anybody is utilizing it, we have an extensive library. You could refer to the Python library and see how you could utilize the library to automate your orders. We provide common API connectivities across multiple brokers. We have currently integrated with 28 brokers, 28, 29 brokers. We'll give whatever the sample codes or the execution modules that are required to be used along with your TradingView or Amibroker or MT4, whichever platform you're running from. And our aim is to make algo trading experience as simple and as efficient and as user friendly for the traders and investors, especially in the retail segment. Now, as I was mentioning, you need not have to have any kind of coding knowledge or programming knowledge. It is all simple copy paste kind of activities that you need to do. If you have a good strategy or an indicator which you have backtested, are you not able to hear my voice? Somebody is mentioning that they're not able to hear my voice. Sir, I just got a confirmation when we started that the audio is okay. Can anybody else confirm if my voice is okay? Are you able to hear me? Is my voice audible? Is my voice okay? I'm not able to get any response. Just want a confirmation if my voice is okay. Mr. Madhu, are you able to hear me? Mr. Dinesh, if you can log out and try and log in, it could help. Uh, Anybody would like to speak? You can do that. Mr. Sir, is my voice okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you for confirmation. Yes. Hello. Sir, if anybody is not able to hear my voice, kindly log out and log in because the other users got a confirmation that the voice is audible. Maybe some connectivity issue in your internet. Try and log in again, sir. Now, in case if you have, anybody has missed out the initial part, the session is getting recorded. You will have access to go through the session again. Coming back to the presentation part, we have tried to keep it as simple as possible. So if you have any strategy or indicator which you have backtested and you would like to use that for trading or investing, we are there to help you out to automate your studies and strategies that you would be running. Some of the key features would include, in case you can customize what is that you want to trade. It's a one-time activity that you need to define in our platform, saying that, okay, you want to trade in Nifty, how many lots? Is it intraday or is it carry forward? You want to trade in options, you want to trade in futures, or you want to trade in cash market or MCX. You need to do this as a one-time activity in our platform. And after that, it can keep running for you every day. And what you want to trade, it's a simple step to define in our platform. You will have a look. We will have a look at how to do that as we go, get into the platform. So you have the flexibility to choose the instrument and the kind of trades that you want to take. It is user friendly and customizable, and you can trade in equities or futures or even options. You can trade in dynamic options or even static options. In case if you are wanting to trade in options, it can be dynamic. We provide up to 20 strikes in the money and 20 strikes out of the money available in our platform. So you can choose any of the strikes that you want to trade. So whenever there's a signal coming in, and say if you have chosen say ITM2 to be to be traded, so we will look at what is the spot price at that point in time and select the ITM2 for you and place orders in your broker account accordingly. Now, if you're a buyer or a seller, you can use our platform. You can use our platform to buy options or you can sell options. You can hedge your trades using our platform also. Such flexibilities are provided. Such features are provided in our platform. That you can look at if your order quantity is large, more than the free limits, we will take care of order splitting for you. In terms of risk management, we have quite a few details available in our platform. You can define the target and stop loss, both in terms of points or percentage, or it can be even in terms of M2M. Based on that, whenever the targets or stop loss are hit, the positions taken could get closed. Currently, we have one target and stop loss to be set. One target to be set. Of course, in terms of stop loss, you have trailing stop loss methods also available. So you can define how do you want to trail your stops. So for example, if every for every 50 points move in the premium or the points in your favor, you can say that, okay, your stops should move up by say 25 points. See, when you're trading, say, for example, in Nifty, in options, you can define that in a platform saying that you want to trade in Nifty options and set the target and stop loss for Nifty options. Now, if you have, say, Nifty futures also or Bank Nifty futures you're trading in, you can set a separate target and stop loss for Bank Nifty. And if you're trading in futures, you can separately set the target and loss for futures of say stocks or even indices also. So for each instrument that you're trying to trade or invest, you can define separately the trade targets and stop loss. You can trail your stops also. And then yeah, you have MTM based exits also. So in case if you say that, okay, I please close my positions if the M2M for the day is say 20,000 rupees. So as soon as your M2M reaches for that, say if you're trading in Nifty futures and it reaches 20,000 as the profit, the position will get closed for you. Or you can say that, okay, I don't want to incur more than 3,000 rupees loss. You can set that in the platform for that strategy. And if the trade goes against you, it'll come out as soon as the M2M loss is say 3,000 rupees. So you can set that, you can define that, and modify that as you go along. So you have the flexibility. So every day, if you want to keep the constant trailing stop loss and targets, you can do that. or if you want to change it based on the market conditions, you can modify those also. Say if the market is pretty volatile and you would like to keep a tighter stop loss, then you can do that. Or if you feel that the markets are range bound and you would like to have work with a wider stop loss and targets, you can redefine that. So such customization is possible in the platform. Then you can also set the time when you want to start trading and when you want to stop trading. For example, there are people who would like to trade only in the morning first hour when the volatility is high. You can do that. You can say that from 9:15 to 10:15, whatever signals that come from my charting tool, please execute. So we will take all the signals coming in and execute. After 10:15, any new signal coming in, if you don't want to be, if you have set the end time as 10:15, we will ignore those signals. So you can, or if you want to start trading after, say, 11 o'clock, say the morning volatility is done and you feel that the market is sort of stable and you would like to take the trades after 11 o'clock, say till about 3:30 or 3 o'clock, you can redefine that. Or if you leave it with the default values, any signals coming in from 9:15 up to 3:15, no, 3:30 will get executed. So all users get to get the paper trading facility. You can trade, you can check up to six paper trades. Kindly note this paper trade is a facility that we suggest to be used for checking the process of order placement and see if the orders are going as per your expectations in terms of, say, if you're trading in, say, options, Nifty options, and you're trading in ITM 5 kind of strikes, whenever there's a buy coming in, you want the CE to be taken. When the sell comes, you want the CE to be closed and the P to be taken. To check those order placements is the we have provided this paper trading facility. Kindly use them to begin with, and once you're sure that okay, orders are getting placed as per your requirement, then only shift over to the live trade as such. Because sometimes it so happens that there could be some small minor adjustments that need to be done in terms of rule or the kind of code that you use in TradingView or Amibroker. So that fine tuning might be required to ensure that the orders are getting placed as per the expectation. So if there is a mismatch, then you will need to tweak that and see that, ensure that the orders are getting going as per your requirements. So to ensure that you have a facility to see that the orders are going through as per the expectation is we have provided this paper trade facility. It is not recommended that paper trade be used as a back testing or a forward testing tool. Our platform is not meant for that. We are more of a bridge between your charting tool and your broker. So whenever there's a signal coming in, we will pick up that signal from your charting tool and place orders in your account. So we act like a bridge between these two areas, your charting tool and or your studies and your broker account. It is not a back testing tool or a forward testing tool. There are other platforms which are available which give you facility for back testing. We suggest that make use of those platforms for checking the performance of your strategies or the strategies that you would be trying that you are trying to trade, right? So you can do up to six paper trades. We feel that is quite uh, suitable for any traders and investors. So once you're sure that orders are going through, you can shift out to live trade. In terms of live trade, there's no limitation. You can trade as many, or you can take as many live trades as possible. You can trade in as many instruments that you want to trade with. See, currently the activities that happen in terms of the signals which are getting generated and orders that are getting placed, you can download the report for the day. At the end of the day, there's a facility to download the report. You could go there and download the report. Historical download of the details of the signals that have come into the platform is not currently available. We are working to provide those kind of facilities. Suppose you want to check all the signals which have come in for the past say 1 month or 2 months, take a dump of that for your analysis. Currently, it is not available. Going forward, yes, we will have that facility wherein you can download the earlier or past history as such. Currently, as of now, it is that day's report that it can be downloaded. Request all to use the Q&A box in case you have any query. Yes, Mr. Chaitanya, you were you have any query? Kindly use the Q&A box. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Yeah. Good morning. So actually, I am interested in doing the options trading. So let's
Yes,
say my strategy is like whenever the bank nifty spot price movement,
uh,
irrespective of the option premium, I want to buy, and irrespective of the premium based on the spot movement of bank nifty, I want to sell.
sure.
So
We will look at those samples today. We will when we get into the actual platform configuration, I'll show you that, sir.
yeah, yeah. I just wanted to
Yeah,
understand whether this
sure.
possibility is there in the platform or not.
Yes, yes, it's possible. Yes. So whenever there's a buy signal coming in, you want to trade in, say, futures or CE or PE, it is possible. Yes.
Yeah, I mean only based on the spot price,
Yes, yes.
spot price of the underlying
See,
asset.
for option trading, we always refer to the spot.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's the my question.
So yes, suppose you want to trade in ITM 5, we will look whenever the signal is coming in. For example, if there's a signal coming in to buy at 11 o'clock, we will look at what is the spot price of Bank Nifty at that point in time. And if you
Mhm.
have chosen ITM 5 as the trade to be taken, we will select ITM 5 based on the spot price and place order.
Sure, sure. Thanks. This is the
Yes, yes,
question.
yes, yes. There's a facility to buy the option, or even if you want to sell an option when a buy signal is coming, that's also possible. We will look at some of those samples when we get into the actual usage of the platform. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
yeah. Request to all users to use the Q&A box to type out any queries that you would have so that I could address as we go along. Yes. Coming back to the presentation. So you have flexibilities to roll over the options, roll over the trades. And suppose you are trading in weekly options and on the expiry day you want it to be rolled over. If there's any portion taken, that will be closed and a new contract of the next week or next month, whichever you have chosen, will be selected and new portion will be taken. So all you have to do is set it up as a one-time activity. And after that, the system can run it without any intervention or without you being in front of the system at all, right? You can also have uh, the platform also provides features like how many entry signals that you want to take. Now there are people who are running strategies which will give multiple buy signals. Suppose you want to take all of the buy signals coming in. That can be done. Or if you want the first buy signal or only the first two buy signals or the first three buy signals to be taken, and after that any other new signals of buy is coming in, you want that to be ignored. You can do that setup also. And so after the three buys are taken, we will wait for the next sell signal to come, and all three which have been executed will be sold or closed as such. So there's a flexibility or a feature available to set how many similar kind of traits need to be taken that you can define in the platform. Then you can also limit how many trades you want to do in a day. For example, there are people who don't want to do, say, 5 trades in a day or 2 trades in a day. Whatever is the amount that you have in mind or have it as a plan, you can do that setup in our platform. You can say that, okay, I just want to do 5 trades for the day. After that, any signals coming in, it should not be executed. You can do that kind of setting also here. Yeah, and now for people who use option strategies, which would involve placing orders in multiple legs based on a single signal, platform has got a facility where you can individually define all the legs, and then based on a single signal, all the legs can be executed uh, without any intervention from your side. One signal is if there's a buy coming in and you want certain C and P option to be bought and sold, all that can happen from the platform itself. There's a facility for you to get Telegram notification. Our Telegram channel is Algomojo bot. So kindly download that and then configure it. It's a pretty simple process to configure the notification. So whenever there's a signal coming in, you will get a notification on the Telegram app itself. Looking at some of features, this is another feature that we have recently launched. It's called locking your profit. So I'm sure everybody is aware of M2M and the P&L. Now, for day traders, more of M2M is relevant. For people who do positional or swing trades, you would like to look at the overall profit or loss as such. So the platform provides you a facility wherein you can say that, okay, I would like to lock in a certain amount of profit once my trade is going in my favor, and if it starts coming down or moving towards or moving against my favor, I'll need to exit with a certain amount of profit. You can do that kind of setting in a platform, so which could help you to lock in a minimum kind of profit. So if you're a personal trader, a swing trader, you've taken a trade today, and say after 2 days the profits have reached say 15,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees, you can say that, okay, the trade is moving in my favor and it is currently at a profit of about 15K. And if it comes or if it starts moving against my direction, lock my profit to at least 10,000 rupees. So if the trade starts going against you and the profit, overall profit, say touches 10,000 rupees, we will close the position for you. So there's a trigger and there's a lock-in levels that you can define. You can set a trigger when you want this facility to be enabled. So you can say that, okay, if my profit has reached 15,000, only then start this facility. And minimum lock-in I want is about, say, 12,000 rupees. And so it'll get triggered after 15,000 rupees profit is generated. And if the trade starts going against you and comes down to, say, 12,000 rupees as the lock-in which you defined, it will close the position for you, so that you end up with a at least the minimum of the profit that you were looking at. So it's pretty simple process to set it up. For all these kind of features, we have an extensive blog which provides you details of step-by-step setting it up in the platform. We can refer to the blog also, or the user interface is pretty simple and easily understandable. All you have to do is there's a pop-up or a menu, hover the cursor into that particular field, it will show you what it does, so that it will help you to do the right kind of settings as such. Now, in case if there's some confusion, you can always get in touch with us. Our team is available online. Yeah, it is for each the profit log or the M2M or the risk management is for each strategy. It's not the complete overall position. Say if you're trading in Nifty, Bank Nifty, futures, options, say you have say 5, 6 trades which are happening, and you can set up the profit and loss M2M based or overall profit and loss for each of those strategies. On an overall basis, if you want to close all the position based on a certain M2M or a profit, that is currently not yet defined in our platform. We are working towards looking at an overall risk management also. Suppose you have 10 trades and you have achieved a profit of say 50,000 rupees for that day. You want the entire thing to be closed. As of now, currently not yet, but individual trade wise, it can be defined and it will be executed. Yes. I'm still not able to understand. In case if you have a strategy and it is taking multiple trades, suppose you've taken the first trade and you've set, say, 5,000 rupees as the profit and 2,000 rupees as the stop loss. Say target is set and the position has got closed. So you got one more trade wherein you want to define a smaller profit and a smaller stop loss. You can go and modify the targets and stop loss again for that. So it is a pretty simple process. All you have to do is go and edit that. after the portion is taken. So the new parameters of target and stop loss will be considered. Suppose initially you had set first for the first trade, if you had set 5,000 as the target, and for the second trade you kept 3,000 as the target. So whenever the second trade achieves say 3,000 rupees target, the portion will get closed. So you can redefine the targets and stop loss for each trade. However, you have to go and modify in the conditions. Yes. Yes. Suppose you're taken a first trade and it has closed with a profit of say 5,000 rupees, not an issue. And there's a new trade which is coming in, and you would like to change that profit or stop loss for the new trade, you can do that. Yes. For each trade, you can do it. Yeah, you can use EMA crossover strategy, any strategy, as long as you're getting buy and sell signals from your charting tool, you can execute using our platform. Right. So this is about the locking of minimum profit, especially for positional and swing trades. And for M2M base, it's a similar kind of setup. We will look at how to do these setups also in our platform. Now, you can trade in equities. Equities can be intraday or even delivery based. We have a lot of people using for swing trades, positional trades. They carry trades for months together. So you can configure it once and then allow the system to keep running it for you. And if it is intraday, not an issue at all. And you can trade in futures or even options. In options, you can set a particular option to trade for the entire day. Suppose you want to trade 25,200 CE for the entire day, you can do that. Or if you want to select ATM or ITM whenever the signal is coming in, you can using the dynamic symbol uh, as an option. We have integrated close to about 27, 28 brokers. So these are the brokers with whom our API integration is already done. Now, in case you have an account with any of these brokers, you can start using our platform. So we give a 7 days trial. So kindly make use of the 7 day trial, test it out, and if you find that the platform is suitable for your kind of requirement, then get into the subscription base. Um, don't get into the subscription immediately, because you will need to see whether the platform is able to meet all your requirements as such. If you're satisfied with the features and facilities that are available, you can always take a subscription. There are multiple subscriptions options available: monthly, half yearly, and yearly. We will look at those. And in case we have a special offer also, in case you open a new account with any of these 7 brokers like Alliance Blue, Dun, First Stock, Fires, Goodwill, Upstock, and Zebu, you get the Algomojo platform APIs free of cost for life. So, whatever features and facilities that we have currently and going forward, all those will be made available free of cost if you open a new account. If you already have a account and you would like to use that, you can still do it at this using the subscription method that we have. So kindly make use of this feature now or facility, and avail the APIs free of cost from us, so that it brings down your overall costing. Now, and when it comes to automation, I will get into the automation process after we go through the platform. Let me take you to the platform and see how to use our platform as such. Yes, Algomojo .com is our website. So, like there's a button called Open an Account. If you use this, provide your name, email, and phone number, and select the broker with whom you want to open a new account for availing the APIs free of cost from us. Do it from here. So once you provide these details, select the broker, it will take you to the broker's web page. You will need to complete the process of account opening. Once you have the client ID and password details from the broker, you will be able to start using our platform, and you will have the APIs free of cost from us. Now, once you have an account, you can log in to your broker account from Algomojo. You will need to log into your broker account from Algomojo. Use this button called login. um, you can select the broker that you would like to trade with. For today's demo, I'll be using TradeGenie as the broker. Now, for logging in, you will need to use the same credentials which the broker would have given at the time of opening an account. It's the same client ID and the password. Let me try and log in. And the TOTP authentication is it's all the same process of your broker logins. There are no separate password or uh, credentials that you need to use for logging into Algomojo per se as such. It's the same thing that you can use. Right. Once you log in, the homepage will give you details about the funds and whatever, or the positions, holdings, those kind of details. There's a facility for adding scripts into watch list here. You can add up to 5 watch lists, and you can place manual orders also from here. Suppose you want to buy something, you can do that directly from our platform itself. So it's a one login that is required in the morning, and you can carry out all your trading investment activities from here itself. You need not have to have multiple things open. You can do everything from here itself, except that the backend activities like adding funds or withdrawing funds, getting reports of the broker, contract notes, those kind of things, you'll need to log into your broker account. Otherwise, you can manage the entire thing from Algomojo itself. So once you log in, you will see these tabs on the left side. The first tab is what you get, the where you get the APIs of Algomojo as well. It's not the broker Algomojo APIs, it's the Algomojo APIs, which is essential for the automation process. When you're clicking for the first time, it'll ask you to generate the API and it'll give you 7 days trial. The 7 days trial is available for all first time users. So you kindly use the 7 days trial to log in and do the automation and check our platform for your kind of usage. And if you feel that the platform is able to meet your expectation in terms of order executions and management of your positions and trades, kindly go in for subscription. So on a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees for you. Uh, you have a monthly plan and a half yearly plan also. So once you have the API, the next step is to define what is that you want to trade, which needs to be done in Algomojo. So that happens from this tab called My Strategies. So go to My Strategy and here use something called a new strategy button. So whatever you create will always be available in our platform. It will be shown as an active state every day. Every day morning, you will need to log in to our platform around 8:30, 9ish kind of time frame, because if you log in very early, say we have seen people who are traveling or who are abroad who try to log in, say at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. It is not suggested because brokers would be doing their maintenance activities and their tokens that they provide for the day would not have been generated, or it would be of the previous day. Any signals coming in will get ignored. So don't log in too early. Log in as close to the market open as possible and not too early. So do it around 8:30 onwards. I think most brokers would be ready by 8:30 after their overnight maintenance activities that they keep doing. So by 8:30, most of them will be ready. So log in after 8:30 and come to this page called My Strategy. So whatever you would have created will be listed here. You will need to enable them for paper trade or live trade. So always start with the paper trade. So let's look at creating a new strategy wherein we define what is that we want to trade. The first thing it will ask for is a name. It can be anything which is more relevant to what you're trying to trade. Let me say that as, for example, we'll take Nifty futures, FUT, demo 12th July, for example. The next step is to use the rule. This is the most critical part. I would say it requires a good understanding what rule to be used. It is always it is relevant to what you're trying to trade. So be very careful in terms of selecting the trade. There are 5 rules that we have identified and made available based on the usage of the traders and investing community. We have looked at various strategies and indicators, and we have narrowed it down to 5 kind of rules. It is called long only is the first rule. Second is short only, long plus short, long short, buy, sell, short cover, and stop and reverse. I will explain when to use what kind of rule when we look at a chart as such. Kindly bear with me till then. So for the first demo, we'll be using something called super trend. I'm sure most of you are aware of super trend. It is always in trade, either long or short. For such kind of strategies, suppose you have any strategy which is similar to that, like it is always in trade, say either long or short, use a rule called stop and burst, right? Then it'll ask you to define what is that you want to trade. For example, here we are looking at Nifty futures. So we'll select the segment as futures and options, and symbol we'll need to select. Type in the first few letters of the instrument that you're trying to trade. It will give you a list. Select from the drop down. We'll use the futures contract, and order type can be normal or MIS. Excuse me. MIS. So depending on whether carry forward or MIS intraday, you can select accordingly. Price type as of now is market only. We don't have limit order facility as of now. When that is work in progress, whenever it is rolled out, you will have drop down for selecting limit also. So leave the price field to default value of market. Then you will need to say how many trade lots you want to trade. Suppose you say that you want to trade in, say, 100 lots. Say. Now, the quantity will be shown depending on the instrument and select and the lots that you trying to trade. Once you enter those, you will be able to see the quantity also. And it will show the split. You need not have to do anything on the split field as such. By default, it will select the freeze quantity and place multiple orders to fulfill this quantity that you're trying to trade. So these are some basic things that you need to update, like what is that you want to trade, whether it is MIS or carry forward, and how many lots you want to trade. So this is the basic thing that you need to trade. Apart from this, nothing else is required. You can say that okay, submit, and it will get saved and you are ready to trade. Now, there are some optional things which are available, like for the risk management, we have this area which helps you to define targets and stop losses. Suppose you want to trade, set it target in percentage, you can do that, or in points, you can do that, M2M, you can do that. Suppose you say points, it'll ask you to update the values. If you say 100 points, and so after the entry, if the trade moves in your direction, gets you that 100 points, the position will get closed. Similarly, you can set the stop loss also in terms of percentage, points, or MTM. It can be a combination of both points and MTM. Target can be in points, and MTM stop loss can be in MTM, whichever suits you. You can select those kind of fields. Yeah. Similarly, you have something called a profit lock and a TSL. Sorry, you can set those optional parameters here in case if your strategy itself is taking care of those um, entries and profits and targets. You can ignore all this fields. You need not have to do any settings. Let me keep it to default none for to begin with. Similarly, profit lock can also be defined. The next section is in terms of timing. So by default, it is set to 9:15 to from 9:15 onwards, and it can go on up to 11:30 in the night, depending on the kind of trader that you are. Your commodities, then it can go on. It can keep running till 11:30, 12 o'clock in the night, as per the exchange timings. Otherwise, you can also say that end time. End time is suppose you don't want to take any trades towards the end of the day, say after 3 o'clock, you don't want any signals to be processed, you can mention that end time here. Otherwise, leave it blank. It will take all the signals coming in. And if you're an MIS or an intraday trader, you can set the square off time. Suppose you want the intraday positions to be closed off by say 2:55. You can set that kind of timing here also. And if you want to roll over, there are fields available for you to set up the rollover options. So all um, simple, easily understandable, and you can do the settings and test it out. Um, I'll not get into much details in this. So once you have defined the basic things that you want to do and any other optional things that you want to do, you're ready to take the trades. So this is one-time activity that you do. So you update these fields. Sorry, let me go back here. Suppose somebody was asking that, can I take, when I take multiple trades, suppose you're taking multiple trades in, say, Nifty futures, and the first trade has happened and it has hit your target. Suppose you set a target as, say, 100 points, and the position has got closed, and you had saved this, and the next trade is, say, let us take an example that it has got triggered at 2 o'clock, and you want this to be changed to, say, 50. You come back here and change this to 50. So for the second trade, it can take a target of 50 and work with it. And for the third trade, you want to set a smaller target of, say, 10 points. You can keep editing these values as such. There's no, it is not fixed for the day or anything. Suppose you initially started with, say, 100 points, and you feel that the market may not trend and you'd like to change this to, say, 50. You can come back and do that, edit that to 50 also. So whatever changes that you make, you will need to come and do a submit. It will get updated and it will get saved for you. And it will go with a new parameters that you would have set, right? So once you have defined what is that you want to trade, you are ready for this is a one-time activity. You can do it for any number of instruments. It can be Nifty for one. Next one we will look at is a Bank Nifty. Before that, let's look at how do we set this up for taking or receiving signals from trading view. So any questions so far? You can raise it here in the Q&A box, right? Otherwise, we'll get into trading view and see how we can do a setup for that. Today they were supposed to be mock testing. I'm not. I don't think TradingView is supporting mock testing. They're not giving any signals in TradingView. No, no problem. We'll use crypto as a for the demo purpose. Crypto markets open, and we should be able to get live trades or live rates here. Yes. I see our platform doesn't support crypto or forex kind of instruments. It is only for demo. I'm trying to use this. You can signal the or generate the signals from any chart and trade in any instrument. For example, we will be using crypto to trade in Bank Nifty. So similarly, if you have found some correlation between, say, for example, um, Nifty and Reliance, or you can trade in Nifty using a Reliance chart, whatever is the correlation or whichever is the chart that you want to do. So let's look at how do we set it up here in the bit using this Bitcoin. One second. One. We'll go with this. Yeah. Market seems to be pretty slow, but anyway, we should be able to generate some trades. So once we should be able to get some signals from this chart. Let's see. So once you select the instrument that you want to trade, it can be a spot chart, it can be a futures chart, it can be a Bank Nifty chart, it could be say HDFC chart, any chart that you want to try and that you want to automate with. So select the chart first and then select the time frame, whether it is 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever is the time frame that you're trying to trade with. Yes, Sensex options are also available. So you can once you select the instrument and then the time frame, load the strategy that you want to trade. We will use Super Trend as the first example. So I've already loaded that. Let me make this visible. So as you can see, super trend you would have used, it is always in trade, either long or short. Currently, short trade is running. So whenever the short trade well, the chart is generating a buy or signal, sell signal, you would like the order to be placed automatically. So how do we do it? First, select the instrument and then the time frame, load your strategy. Then on the strategy, there's this three dots. Go there and say add alert. So it will open this pop-up box, go to this message area, and whatever is the default thing, remove that, go to Algomojo, and from the strategy that we just created, yeah, for example, this is what we just created. Go to the section called Trading View, copy this code, yeah, and paste it here. The next thing is to use update the webhook URL. Kindly note you'll need the subscription of TradingView because the free version doesn't support the webhook URL. You'll need to have a subscription for TradingView because we will be using webhook URL. So the webhook URL need to be copied from here. This is very critical. Again, kindly note this webhook URL is particular to this strategy that you're trying to trade. You can see that this is linked to the strategy number called TC279. And as you can see in this code, what happens is TradingView will send the signal to Algomojo, the same API.com. And once we receive that, we will be able to interpret what is that you are trying to trade with. Which broker are you trying to trade with? Are you trying to trade in Nifty, Bank Nifty, futures, options? We'll be able to identify all those details from this webhook URL. So when this detail comes from TradingView, we will go to that specific strategy that you would have created, which in this case it's called TC279. So once in TC279, we are trying to trade in Nifty for trading with 100 lots. So that's how we'll be able to identify what order to be placed. And we will place the order when we get the signal into this strategy defined in Algomojo. So all we need to do is copy this, just say copy and go to TradingView and update this webhook here. So, and give it a name here, say demo NF, uh, say 17th, sorry, 12th July, and say create. That is all is the activity to be done for you to automate the signal from say trading. So if you open an account with Algomojo, you get our platform free of cost for life. So you'll be able to use our platform free of cost for, say, for example, here. You can see it from here. Mm. My this ID is valid for about 9,000 days, so up to 2050. So we give you unlimited usage if you open a new account with any of those 7 brokers with whom we have the tie-up. So coming back here, all that was required as to create this alert. So let me show you again. When you're creating an alert, you have to just copy paste this into the message box and give it a name. And in the web notification, update the webhook URL and save it. That's all. So once we get, let me try and enable this. Let me enable it for paper trade. This could be a buy signal. So whenever there's a buy signal getting generated on the chart, in this chart of this where super trend is running currently, the order will get automatically placed for trading in Nifty futures for 100 lots. As simple as that. There's no other complication involved. Any queries? Hope you are able to get an idea. So as you can see now the buy has been generated. Let's look at the log. The buy signal has come. Okay, let us look at what has happened to this buy signal. Go to Algomojo and under this tab called My Signals, you will be able to see that we have received this buy signal. And go to orders, you'll be able to see the orders placed and you will be able to see the position. Let me select the strategy wise, you'll be able to see. So this is what we had just created. As you can see, 7,500 quantity of Nifty futures taken, and it is under paper trade. If it was live trade, it will choose the live trade also. It is as simple as that. Now, once you do the setup here and create the alert, as you are aware, TradingView is running on, say, cloud platform. So you need not have to do anything. Just create the alert one as a one-time activity And every day morning around after 8:30 in the morning, log into your page and come to my strategies and enable it for paper trade or live trade. And after that, you can any signals coming in will be handled by the platform. Only thing that you need to note is you should not log out from our platform. If you say log out, then any signal coming in will not be processed. Or if you switch off these paper trade, or if you're not enabled this, the signal will not get generated, or if the signal coming in will not be processed. Otherwise, you can switch off your computer also, close your browser, shut down your system, not an issue. Whenever the signals are coming in from TradingView for any of the trades, it will keep running. You need not be sitting in front of the system at all. It is as simple as that. All you have to have is a good strategy which you have tried and tested and back tested and found it to be profitable, and you would like to adapt that for placing orders uh, in trading with any kind of instrument, futures or options, anything. It could be Nifty, Bank Nifty, cash market, any of those. Do a one-time setup of what is that you're trying to trade and create one alert. After that, the platform will keep processing the orders for you. It is any query so far on how do we do the setup? Let me run it again. Suppose you are trying to trade in Nifty, go and open the Nifty chart and then say select the time frame and then select the or load the strategy that you want to trade. And once you're loaded that strategy, go to the select the three dots called the more button and say add alert. In the alert pop-up box, go to the message section. Whatever is there by default, remove that and copy this from our platform. For example, here in this case, you can view, and when you use view, it will not allow you to edit anything, but you can copy the code from here. Just copy this code, go to TradingView, paste it here, and go to notification and you update the webhook URL. Webhook URL again is provided here. Just copy this and update it here and say create. That's all is the step required to automate the orders. One. Yes, madam, you can talk.
Hello.
Yes, 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 sir, you
Actually,
can
it
talk.
is my wife name Sharada. I'm Ranga Chartered.
Okay, right, right, sir. Tell me, sir.
I
Yes.
have undergone this training through Mr. Rajendran
Okay.
2 years back, and
Ha.
I try to use it.
Okay.
One thing I found is strategy. I didn't find any strategy very useful for trading in Nifty and Bank Nifty. That
Sir,
you can
we
suggest me
do.
again.
Okay, so
So far, I didn't
uh,
get any profitable trading. Sometimes gives profit, sometimes no, based on the market conditions, isn't it? Okay.
yeah, that is true. So, like as I was mentioning, we are just a bridge provider. Yes. Earlier, we used to deal in strategies. Currently, we don't provide any strategies as such. Our expectation is that you would have a strategy which you would have identified, which you would have
Okay.
backtested, and you would want to trade using that strategy. So, if you have a
Okay.
strategy or an indicator or a price-based action, we help you to automate that process. That's all. We don't otherwise
Okay, you don't
provide
have any,
strategy.
you are not
No, we
providing
do.
any strategies.
We are
Okay.
not providing any strategies as
But if I
such.
got a plan logic, you can give me code. Huh?
Exactly, exactly. Yes, yes.
Code for
If you,
which one, Amibroker or Trading View? Anything I can get?
yeah, if you want the coding to be done, we take it up as a another activity, and if you want it in TradingView or in Amibroker, we can get the coding done for you depending on the logic that you have.
Okay.
That will come at a cost, extra cost, depending
This
on the
cost.
complexity of the logic.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
And Algomojo, I opened Trade Genie Broker. I opened. It was
Ha.
lifetime price. I was told.
Okay, so if that is so what has happened earlier, say 1 year back, we anybody opening an account with any of the brokers, it used to be free, of course. Now there were some changes in the regulation which was brought in, and the brokers, almost all brokers have stopped that feature. So they don't
Okay.
provide or allow for free usage for life, except for these seven brokers. Only
Okay,
with
but
these seven
Trade
brokers.
Genie was there earlier. You
Earlier
only
it was
open.
there. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Earlier it was there.
Now I cannot shift it, no?
No, sir. No, sir.
Can you give me an
I
option
would.
to?
So what you can do is you can open a new account with other brokers. Like, for example, if
Yeah,
you
I've
open
seen
a
the
new
list.
account, yeah, if
I've
you
seen the list.
open with any of these seven brokers, you will still
Okay.
be able to get it free of cost, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's one.
Yes, yes.
And
So,
it's,
yes, yes. Tell me, sir.
but this problems like, you know, when a candle is running, it is suppose 100 points it goes up. Any chance of getting out in the same candle? These are the issues, technical issues. Okay.
Sir, those things you need to handle it in the coding itself. So when do you want to take entry? When do you want to
Yeah. Yeah.
exit? Those
Correct.
things you
Correct.
can handle it in the coding itself, sir.
No, that was the specific issue I was facing. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And I am interested in forex and crypto. You said not possible. Any
Yes,
broker I can open account, forex broker, and try.
Uh, so no, sir. We are working with couple of crypto providers.
Okay.
We will have those services shortly. I would say another 3 to 6 months is what we are looking at time frame. Um, we could have a facility for trading in crypto, and maybe after that is the forex. Yes, for automation purpose, you will need to have subscription of TradingView because free version doesn't support this webhook URL. So you'll need to take the basic, depending on how many alerts that you're trying to handle, you can choose the kind of subscription. The basic subscription allows, I think, about 20 alerts to be set. Yeah, essential plan allows up to 20 price alerts to be set. If you have more than that, then you'll need to look at the next plan as such. Yes. These are various plans available. Kindly look at what will be suitable for you, and accordingly you can take the subscription. Otherwise, you can start with the essential plan, and uh, as and when your alerts requirement increases, you can migrate to a higher plan. So coming back onto the screen, uh, so this is how the setup needs to be done for any strategy that you would have. So it is a one-time alert creation. You create this alert one time, and here in Algomojo, you define as a one-time activity what is that you want to trade, and link both of them using the webhook URL. And after that, the strategy, whenever the orders are getting placed, anytime, any day, any number of days, it will keep running. So all you have to do is log in the morning, and TradingView anyway is nothing needs to be done once you have created the alert. So as and when the signals keep getting generated from TradingView, the orders will be placed in your account. It is as simple as that. Just two copy paste to be done. One in the message box, add alert in the message box. You will need to update this code. Sorry, not this. In the message box, you have to add this code, like copy this and paste it in TradingView. This is one copy paste. Sorry, it did not get copied properly. Let me copy it again. And similarly, copy the webhook URL and paste it here and say create. Nothing else to be done in terms of automation. So we need not, it can be any strategy as long as it is giving you buy sell signal. This is the process to be followed. You bring in any kind of strategy. There are so many strategies available in TradingView, free and paid versions of strategies available. You bring in any strategy whenever which is giving buy sell, we will help you to automatically place those orders when the signals are generated into your broking account. So it is not limited that you have to have a strategy with us. It can be anything that you would have found profitable, useful, meeting your kind of risk management and returns as such. Bring in any of those strategies and you can automate them and place orders. With this, just two copy paste activity of updating the message box and updating the webhook URL. Nothing else needs to be done for your automation. All you have to have is an account with Algomojo with a subscription, or if you have opened a new account, it will be free for you for life. So just take those APIs, create a strategy as to what is that you want to trade with, and then it will keep running for you. Any queries on how do we do this setup? So it can be any strategy, like as I was mentioning. Now, a lot of people use indicators. How to trade using an indicator? Let us look at that as a next step. In case if you have any queries, kindly use the message Q&A box and type out your query. I'll try and answer them. So in case you want to, you're referring to an indicator, for example, you can generate signal from an indicator also. For example, it can be anything. I'm using RSI. Uh, say load your indicator from this. Suppose here, if you feel that this is an overbought and markets could come down and you would like to take a PE entry when it comes say below 75 and carry that PE till the it goes to oversold kind of situation, or the a level below 20 or 30, and when it starts moving up, you'd like to close this PE taken here and take a CE when it starts going up. You can define that. Now, how do we do that? Let's try and check for a Bank Nifty option. How do we trade that? Let me go and define the Bank Nifty option trade. See, this is what we did for setting it up for Nifty futures, right? We'll try and do a setup for Bank Nifty options trading. Okay, so create a new strategy. We'll say BN options demo 12th July. And a rule I'll select similar to it. Rules stop and reverse. And segment I will say dynamic symbols. Would say I would like to trade in ITM 5 whenever there's a signal coming in of both CE and PE. So I'll select ITM. Let me select, sorry. Here I'll select the instrument as Bank Nifty. It can be anything, even Sensex. Somebody was asking about Sensex, you can do that also. So you can select Bank Nifty and it'll ask you to update the expiry that you want to trade with. I will say current month, then strike, I'll say ITM, say 2, select ITM 2. Then if you want to buy options, by default it is buying. If you're a seller, you can write options also by using this selling. So whenever there's a buy coming in, it will sell the PE. We'll look at how do we do a buying of options. We'll say that order type is NRML and price is by default market for now. And we will say 50 lots. It'll show you the quantity also here. And then if I want to set the target and stop loss, I can do it here. Otherwise, these are the basic things that we need to define as a one-time activity and then say update. When we are using a price-based action or an indicator, yeah, Biggle you can use for trading. We have done an integration with them. See, TradingView charts are provided by a lot of brokers, and even TradingView is free for anybody to use. Only thing is, when you want to use the webhook URL facility, that is where the subscription comes into picture. If you don't have the subscription, it will not allow you to place the webhook URL itself. For example, here somebody had a query. Here, this will not be allowed. So when you are trying to paste this, it will ask you to subscribe. It will not allow you to place the webhook URL. Otherwise, the rest of the things are free of cost in TradingView. So Biggle you can use for integration for trading with us. So let's see how do we do a setup for Bank Nifty. So when you are using an indicator or when you are using a price-based action, you will need to define two alerts and use these codes: buy, sell, or short or cover, any of these codes. Now, let's look at how do we do the setup for that. Now, whenever, say, for example, in this case, if the RSI starts coming up, a value of 40, we would like a C to be taken, and when a C to be triggered. So let's do that setup as a first one. Sorry. So we'll say add RSI, add alert. As you can see, the pop-up box for indicator is slightly different. Unlike a strategy, in strategy, it was just that the pop-up box was a smaller one. You had to update just the message and the webhook URL. Whereas for an indicator, you will need to update a couple of more options. One is the condition. When do you want the trigger to happen? We will say that when the RSI is crossing up a value of say 30, say 35, whatever is the thing, and when if the bar closes at the end of the bar closing, I want the C to be triggered is what we need to update here. Right. So once you define this, you will need to update the message box with a buy condition. So that buy condition is defined by using this, copying this code and pasting it here. Right. And in the notification section, we will need to update the webhook URL. So we will take the webhook URL from here. As you can see, this is for strategy number TC280. We'll copy this and paste it here and give him name. We'll say BN long entry. That's it. So if the RSI closes above that value, let me try and enable this for paper trade. So if there's a trigger here, if the RSI closes above 35, we will have a long entry signal and we will get an entry into C. So for indicators or price based, you will always need to define the entry and exit also. Now here we want the entry of C to happen when the RSI is above 35. Now in case if the RSI goes above and starts coming down a value of 75, we will need to exit the C and take a PE. That is what we are trying to do. Or if you just want to exit the CE taken, that can also be set. As you can see here, long entry has been triggered. As the RSI has closed above 30, 35 is what we have defined. It has got triggered. Let's look at what has happened to that order or that signal. For example, here, go to my signals and go to signals and here select the strategy name. You can see here that the buy has come at 11:17:05 and the order has been placed and the portion is running. The C portion is running. So we had selected 1750 quantity in RML and it is a paper trade. So entry has been taken. So and for exit, what we'll do is we will define one more alert wherein we will say that if the RSI goes above say 70 and starts coming down, we will want the CE to be closed and a PE to be taken so that the trade can keep running. Like whenever it is going up, 35, it will take a CE, and when it starts coming down a value of say 70 or 75, whatever you choose on the screen, it will exit the CE and take a PE, take the reverse order. So that is how it can keep running. So let's do a setup for PE. Again, go to the indicator and say add alert. And here we will say instead of crossing up, we'll say crossing down a value of 75 or 70. And once per bar close, and in the message box, we will need to put the sell condition that you'll need to copy it from here. Go to my strategies, go to view, go to indicator section here and copy the sell code and update it here. And the update the webhook URL. As you can see, the webhook URL is it normally copies the previous webhook URL. So 280 is the same thing. Otherwise, we have to change this also. So, and we'll give it a name. We can say that BN short entry and create it. That's it. So as you can see, both the levels will be shown here. Whenever the RSI goes above and starts coming down, and close the CE and take the PES. That is all is the setup required. There's a query. I'm a personal trader and does not want to close my trades, both live and paper. What do I need to do? I have been using trial with paper trading, but it gets squared off. I want to continue to see how it responds to gap up and gap down. Suppose, sir, in this example itself, um, whatever position you take, it will not be squared off unless there's a signal coming in the reverse direction. Now, if you're not suppose there's a long entry taken. For example, in the bank Nifty, we took a long entry, and as you can see here, sorry, in Nifty, we took a long entry, and as you can see, the long entry is still running. Right, long entry is still running, and not this. Long entry is still running. What could happen is that when you try to close, go to my strategies and say switch off, it will ask you whether you want to close all the existing positions available. If you say yes, it will get closed. Suppose if you say no, okay, this has become inactive, okay, and the position will be still carried. It will be still there. Say it is showing as inactive, and the position will continue to be there. So when you're trying to switch off and switch on, you should not say that you want to, especially when you switch it off, when it is asking you to close the position, if you want to close the position, you should say no. If you say yes, the position will get closed. Otherwise, the position will continue to get carried unless the reverse signal is generated. I suppose that should be fine. Yeah, as of now, we can, our platform allows only for single target to be set. There's no facility for multiple targets setting as such. So any positional trader, if you don't want any position to be closed, when you're switching it off, don't say yes to this question. It'll ask you whether you want to close all open positions if available. Say no, then it will get carried forward. In case if you say yes, the position could get closed, will get closed. Hope that is fine, sir. Yes. So every day morning when you start, especially when you're doing live trade, if there's a mismatch in the trades, which is actually in your broker account and what we have here, say, for example, here we are running this Nifty, and suppose, for example, you're doing a live trade and you close the portion manually, say using your broker account, then you can come and if the portion has got closed manually, however, you're not updated our system to say that it is closed, it will show that you have to reconcile. Then what you can do is, suppose you have closed all the positions, you come here and adjust this, use this adjust button in our position book, come here and say adjust and make this 0. So what we are trying to say is that the broker portion and portion in our system are all synchronized and there's no difference. So if there's a difference, it will ask you to reconcile, right? Let me put this back. We suggest that normally do, if you want to exit any position, you can do it from here itself. You come here and say square off, it will place a square off order and your position will get closed. Live trade or paper trade, both will get closed. Don't do it manually from your broker page, do it from here itself, so that our system will be updated saying that, okay, this portion of Nifty taken is no longer there. And when a new order comes in, it will know exactly what needs to be done. Otherwise, the new order will get, there'll be a mismatch. If there's 7,500 quantity in live trade it is zero. It will try to first sell the 7,500 quantity and again send one more order for selling another 7,500 quantity. So totally 15,000 quantity will be, they will try to sell, and if there are funds available, it will get done. But the requirement was just not that, it was to take a short of 7,500. So ensure that any position changes, you do it from here itself. You want to square off in the middle for an order taken automatically. Otherwise, if you've done it manually, come back and adjust it here so that the systems is updated to the quantity that you're trying to run. Yeah, see, as I was mentioning, this is a tool which is available for uh, if you're trying to refer to super trend intraday and positional, see, we have given those strategies um, in our website, which are very, very popular. Super trend is available free of cost. Multiple variations of super trends are available, and you can see here. Say, for example, if you go to um, super trend here and try and load it, it will show you the backtest results also. If you go to strategy tester, it will show you all the trades that have been taken, list of all the trades for the past 2 years, depending on the kind of subscription you have. It will give you the parameters, how many orders were placed, what are the P&L, how many trades were taken in those period, what are the profit factors. So what has been the performance in terms of equity, drawdown, all that. So you can know it from TradingView itself, these backtesting reports. You can check it out here. See, suppose you're trading in MCX market. The markets are open till 11:30, 12 o'clock in the night. So all you have to do is you can switch off your computer after you log in, no problem. But don't log out from here. If you say log out, then what happens is any new signal coming in, say, suppose you shut down your system at 10 o'clock, but you want the trades to continue till the end of the market. If you log out, those signals coming in from TradingView will not be processed. However, if you're logged in and close your browser or shut down your computer also, then not an issue. If the signals are coming in, say at 11 o'clock, 11:15 for a buy or sell, it'll keep getting processed at the back end itself. Yeah. Hmm. There's a query. Do I need to have two subscription if I have two demat accounts, but single strategy, which should go to demat account, both demat account? Good question. Suppose say you have say this is my account and I have one subscription and I'm running say super trend. I want this orders to be placed in my account here and also in my friend's account. So what I can do is there is a facility called publish signal. So here you can use this facility called publish signal, and the disclaimer, you can add your friend or followers in this section. And whenever the signals are getting generated from TradingView, the orders can get placed in your account and also for your friend's account. So you will have one subscription of TradingView, but you will need to have the APIs for both the accounts from Algomojo. So for your account and so for your friend's account also, you should have either opened account using Algomojo and taken the free API, or you can take the subscription for both the accounts of Algomojo from Algomojo. Then the signals getting coming from TradingView, one subscription can get placed in both the accounts, or it can be many more also. There are five people trading, wanting to trade in five uh, different accounts based on a single strategy, for example, super trend. So when a super trend gives buy signal, one super trend subscription in TradingView, you can place orders in five accounts or 10 accounts by using this facility called publish in our platform, right? So all you have to do is, like you created this thing, for example, here, let me go back. We created, for example, to trade in 100 lots. Suppose you have a friend who wants to trade in 50 lots. He has to create a similar thing there. Same thing, whatever you're trying done here, create it for your friend also. But with the quantity can be 50 or it could be 200 also, depending on what he wants to trade. And save it. And all you have to do is link that account here. When you say, so we'll need to come here and suppose he has got an account in Google, add his client account here, and you can give a validity also. You can say that, okay, I will enable this signal till 30th of this month, or you can give a validity also. So whatever signals are coming for you till 30th of July, if that is the date that you set here, all signals will go to your account also and to your friend's account also. Hope that clarifies. Yeah, there's one more query. I have a strategy in TradingView that using nearly 10 indicators, and I have bind script for that. How can I implement in Algomojo also? So if you have a strategy, if you have any strategy built in, like a super trend, UT bot, half trend, whatever it is strategy, as long as it is giving buy sell signal, all you have to do is load that strategy here, come to this, follow the same process of creating an alert. You will be able to place it. Create an alert, and whenever that conditions are met and the chart is signaling a signal to buy or sell, the signal will be taken from here and the order can be placed. Yeah, see, Python, we don't provide any support as such. All you have to do is get hold of a Python programmer, or if you're a programmer yourself, then you can refer to our library, Python library, use those codes wherever is required to place an order. So multiple targets could take about a month or so. It will be getting, it is under development. Development is done, testing is happening. Yes, sir, this session is getting recorded. It will be available for you. Say towards the afternoon, you should be able to get an access. Yes, we can provide support for Python also. You can send your requirement by email. I'll share my email ID towards the end of the session. We will check for the feasibility and tell you what will be the cost and time involved. And uh, if you're okay with it, we can take it up for coding either in Python or in PineScript or in Amibroker ASL, any of these platforms. Yes. So when you are using an indicator, you're always coming back to this say, presentation. Ah, uh, see, is this these are standard things. So let me just check what is the here. I think 310 is the super trend setting that has been done. So you can bring in any strategy. You can bring in any super trend. There are so many variants of super trend. People have customized it. People have made modifications on super trend and they're providing it. You can bring any of them. And as long as it is giving buy and sell signals, you should be able to follow the same method and place orders. So Python, we don't do much of hand holding in terms of how to use it, how to run it. it is advisable or suggested for people who are familiar with uh, programming and coding. Normally, not suggested for uh, anybody who is not aware of coding programming as such. It becomes very difficult to manage. So, it's not that it's not easy to show you how to do it once or twice, but it's not a very smooth kind of like you do it once and forget it. That is not the kind of not the way it runs. So if you have coding knowledge and programming knowledge, only then it is advisable to run it using Python. Otherwise, look at platforms which or strategies which can give you signals in the chart itself. So when we sell, we say sell. It is if you when there's a short sell signal coming in, it will take a short position as such. So that is good that you asked me, sir. See, super trend is a strategy which is always in trade, either long or short. So when a buy comes, expectation is that you take a long position. It could be futures or it could be options, CE or futures. When a sell comes, the expectation is that the long position should be closed and a reverse position has to be taken. So that is means CE to be closed and a PE to be taken. Or if you are running a future, it has to take a short position of future in the future by closing the long position. For such kind of strategies, not only super trend or any strategy which is in similar in nature, it is always in trade, long and short. Use the rule called stop and reverse in our platform. Good that you brought in this query. In the strategy section, we have these 5 rules. So first, super trend kind of uh, strategies. It can be anything. It can be UT bond. It can be half trend. Anything. Or you got your custom made software, but it is always in trade like super trend. Then the rule applicable will be stop and reverse. Okay. So what it will do is when there's a long, it will take a long and it will reverse when the short comes. So that's why we call it a stop the current trade and take the reverse trade, stop and reverse. Now, there are strategies which will say, for example, take an entry here and it will close the order here or the position here. And for some time, there may not be any trade. And after that, it might give a buy again. And again, it will close here and there's no trade again. So it is intermittently in trade, either long or short, or there's a target and stops put in. And for such kind of requirements, use a rule called buy plus a long plus short buy sell. So buy sell, what it will do is when a buy comes, it will take the long position and say, for example, here the target is met, it will give a sell. So it will close the long position, but not take the reverse order. So after this, there's no trade and it will wait for the next buy or sell signal. So again, if say buy comes, it will take a long trade. And here, for example, it will get a sell signal, it will close the sell trade and wait. And say, for example, we get a sell here, then it will take the short position. So it is intermittently in trade, not continuously in trade. So it will take an entry, exit, and wait. Take an entry, take an exit, and wait. So for such kind of requirements, use a rule called sorry, yeah, long plus short buy sell. Right? Hope that clarifies. And whenever there's a confusion, if you hover the cursor, it will give you an explanation what it does. So kindly understand, in case if you're still confused, you can always talk to us by either telephone or WhatsApp or online help. We will be able to log in and check how is your strategy running and appropriate rule can be suggested. If you make a mistake in taking the correct rule, then the orders may not go correctly. For example, suppose your strategy is such that it'll take an entry here and target is met, you want the position to be closed. And if you use a rule called stop and reverse, what it will do here when we get a sell is it will close the long position and take the reverse order, either a short or a PE, which is not the requirement, may not be the requirement. So be careful in terms of understanding how is your strategy running, whether it is intermittently in position or continuously in position, long, short, is there target and stop loss defined, and carefully take the relevant rule. Otherwise, you will have a mismatch in the orders. The other thing that we also see is that suppose you are a trader and you feel that the market is going to trend from here, and you would like to take only the long orders, long signals, and not short in this market at all. Then you can use a rule called long only. So what it will do is it will take only the long signals, and when sell comes, it will close the long position taken, and it will not take the next sell which comes. So it will wait only for buy signals. It will process only the buy signal. It will take the buy and close it. Take the long order and sell it, and it will not take the reverse. And if you feel that okay, you want to take only the short orders, then use the rule called short only. It will look for only short signals. So it will take a short entry and close it. Take a short entry and close it. Right. So important to understand how these rules operate. That's why if you find a mismatch, change these rules depending on the study or the requirement of the strategy, and check if the orders are going as per your requirement, and then proceed after testing if it is going through smoothly, correctly, as per your expectation, shift to live trade. Crypto, not yet, sir. I've just opened the crypto chart for getting some live signals, but we are trying to place orders in Nifty and Bank Nifty now for demo purpose. Yeah, there is a facility here. For example, max daily signals. Suppose you don't want to take more than say 3 trades in a day. You can say that okay, I don't want to take 3 trades, more than 3 trades. So you can limit the number of signals that you want to process also. So it will take a long entry and close it. I'll wait for one more, say, after that it could be a short entry and close it. After that, it could be another short entry and close it. So 3 trades done. Any new entry coming in, it will not process. The strategy will get into inactive mode. Yeah, my name is Lokesh. Yes. See, for repainting, it is slightly different. So, for example, here it is maximum signals. That is, you want to trade. Uh, for repainting kind of issues, you can select the maximum concurrent entries. If you say that, okay, if your strategy is one, if you're using an Amibroker, we have given a facility to take care of the repainting kind of issue. Uh, so if there's a signal coming in when the candle is running and there are multiple buy entries coming in or sell entries coming in, you will want the entry to be restricted till the end of the candle. There is some a facility we are given called entry and exit delay. So if you choose that, at the end of the candle, if the signal is sustaining, then only it will place the order. It will come to us, and then the order will get processed. So your repainting issue can be handled in Amibroker. Now, in case if you are running from TradingView or any other platform, it is sending multiple signals of the same type. Say multiple buy signals are coming in, and you want only the first buy trade to be taken. Then you use this maximum concurrent entries as one. So what happens in this case is that the first buy entry will be taken, and if there's another buy coming in, it will not process that buy. It will wait for the sell signal to come. So this repainting issue can be handled here. Or if your strategy says that it will give it is supposed to give you multiple buy entries, and say you want to take the first 3 buy entries, you can say that okay, take the first 3 buy entries. After that, don't take any buy entries. So it will take the first 3 buy signals, and then the fourth signal of buy will be ignored. So it will wait for the sell signal. When the sell comes, it will close all the 3 buy entries taken, and then the cell will get processed. And again, similar thing can work for sell also. If 3 cell are coming in, it will take 3 cell orders and then wait for the buy order. So it can keep going in. And suppose you don't want any, there's no repainting involved at all, then you can leave this field blank. Yeah, see, if you're using Amibroker, if you have an issue in terms of repainting, our module, we have given a facility. Let me just show you. Sorry, not this. Suppose a strategy like this, and we have this module loaded. You can see here there's a button called, there's a tab called entry delay and exit delay. By default, it is 0. If you set this to 1 and 1 both, what it will do is, suppose this candle is repainting, it will wait for this candle to close. And if at the end of this candle, close of this candle, if the cell is still persisting, then it will send one sell signal to us. So the repainting issue can be handled with this code that we provide. The execution code that we provide, it can get handled by doing this setting. Hope clarifies. Yes. Coming back to our discussion here. Any other queries? So, see, it is better to handle it in the AFL itself. Uh, suppose, say if the AFL has got a repainting kind of uh, uh, repainting is happening in the AFL itself, and you want the first signal coming in to be taken by us. Instead of setting this to 0, 1, you set it to 0. So all cell signals will be sent to to Algomojo. But if you want only one signal to be processed, you can do that setting as maximum concurrent signal as 1. So the first cell signal will be triggered, and after that, any other signal coming in from Amibroker that will get ignored. Yeah, whatever time. So in your 15-minute time frame, if there's a signal of cell which comes in and it disappears, it comes in, disappears, comes in, disappears. So when the first cell comes in, if you want that to be processed, then you can operate it in this manner. You can set this to maximum concurrent entries as 1. So the first cell signal which is coming in from there, that will be processed, and the subsequent ones will not be executed. Yeah, try it out, sir. It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Any other queries? Any queries? Yes. So another thing normally what we see also is that people use trend line as another study. So you can bring in any kind of study in trading. Suppose you want to take a buy order based on a breakout, for example. If you're a breakout kind of operator and you, when the price say breaks out above this trend line, want to take a long entry, all you have to do is put in your drawing here and say that, okay, add an alert on this trend line. So you say that on this price crossing up this trend line, and if it closes above that, you want to take a long entry. Put the message of buy here, for example, here, indicator. Take this and add it here, and say create. Say you can give a name as TL entry, trend line entry, long. So whenever the price breaks out above this level, the order for long entry can be taken. So, or it can be short also. If it is something like this, suppose we are drawing a trend line and you want, if the price breaks down below this level, you want to take a short entry, you can say that price crossing down this value and the candle has to close below this trend line. Then you create, uh, instead of buying, give a sell here and update the webhook URL and give it a name. You can say that TL uh, entry short and create an alert. That's it. So if there's a price breakdown, it will take a short entry on whichever instrument you're trying to trade with. Yeah, see, whenever in repainting, what happens is you are taking an entry, the entry has been triggered and the position is taken. And after that, if you have put the trading target and stop loss, it will work as per that. Uh, Suppose your Pine script has of April has multiple signal, will your software understand why? Exactly. See, that's all. You're trading in a 15-minute time frame, and this can differ. It is giving multiple entries, cell signals because of repainting, or and you want that to be triggered. So one short entry has been taken, and you set a target and stop loss. We will know that yes, the entry has been taken, and a target and stop loss has been put for this. Whichever gets achieved first, it will get triggered, and portion will get closed. Yes, yes. So the at the end of this candle, 15-minute candle, if there's no sell signal at all, because of repainting, it was there earlier and it is not there now. But portion has got opened because that's what you wanted. The portion has got opened and target and stop loss will be triggered. So this one indicator. Let me try and see if we can get that indicator. Spartan SMC. Is this indicator? If you can give the correct name, I can try and use that. So, can you type out the indicator name? Uh, Suppose I took two lot, and if one lot sold as target, so we don't have partial closure. Suppose two lots has been defined here. Suppose you are saying that in you're trading in Nifty, say futures, and here you have said two lots. And so whenever a signal comes, we'll place both the orders. Order would have been placed for two lots. And if you have set a target and stop loss, there can't be a partial exit. Both the lots will get closed based on the target and stop loss set. Or if you can paste that indicator here, I can try that. I'm not able to check this. Is this the one? They're not able to make out much from this. I'm not very sure if this is the right one. Give the correct name that I can try and use it. Let me try. Sorry, I think I was trying a different thing. Oh, my mistake. I suppose this is one. Yeah. So if we have loaded this here, Spartan TMC, all you have to do is say add alert. You can see that this is more like an indicator. You will need to define two entries. You can say that, okay, direction, depending on whether it is bullish direction by, you can select this. Suppose if it is bullish direction, and once the bar gets closed, you want a entry to be done. So make the condition which is Spartan SMC, make choose the appropriate drop down, whether it is crossing up or crossing down or bullish diversion, direction change, whatever is the study. When you want to take the entry, interval is say whatever the time frame you want to trade in, say if it is 1 minute, and if the bar closes there, then you can say that here all you have to do is go to message box and copy this message of indicator. Under indicator, you have this buy. Go to this place and update the webhook URL with the strategy and say create, give a name, say Spartan entry. You have to create two others, one for entry. As you can see, Spartan entry has been created. When you want to take a reverse entry, you can just say clone and make the changes here. Instead of bullish direction, make it bearish direction and change the message to, instead of buy, say it as sell. And webhook URL has to be the same. So when a buy is given, it will take the long entry, and when a sell is given, it will close the long entry and take the short entry. Yeah, this method is the same. You can bring in any study. So this is working as a, though it is showing it as on the screen like this, it is not an, it is an indicator, not a strategy. So the setup to be done is that you have to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. So entry, you can say that bullish direction uh, for long and bearish direction for short. Create two alerts for entry and sorry, rename this as, so create two alerts and run it on paper trade and check it out. So it should work. See, it should not be a problem. The process is the same. You can bring in any indicator, any study, and the process is the same. If it is strategy, you just need to copy paste this code. If it is indicator, when you have to create one for long and one for short. For indicators, always create two alerts. If it is strategy, then just one alert. See, when you're trying to add more than one indicator, say you want to add ADX also. So you want a long entry to be taken if the RSI is of so and so value and also ADX is of so and so value, then you have to get the coding done separately when you're trying to refer to two or more studies. If it is more than one study, one indicator, you have to get a special coding done. And after that, where you define when the entry has to happen and when the exit has to happen, and then run it as a strategy. It can be done, but coding will need to be done. If you want that to be done, please send us an email. I'll share my credentials for email. You send us the email. We can check and let you know what will be the cost, time involved, and then you can take it forward from there. So all you have to do is just do a setup like this. Check it out if the alert is coming, then you should, whenever there's a direction change. And if the alert of buy and sell comes like this, see, this is a buy order, this is also a buy order, this is a sell order. As long as you are able to get this long buy sell alerts from any of the charts, any of the indicators, any of the studies that you're doing, it can be picked up and the order can be placed in your account. And all these are one-time setup. It is uh, not that you have to keep doing it every day. After you do one-time setup in TradingView and one-time setup in Algomojo, if need that you can edit them and modify them. Otherwise, it can keep running as long as you want it. So there's no intervention. You need not be sitting in front of the computer. If the internet is down, power is down, your laptop has crashed, not an issue at all. As long as you have logged in the morning and enable the trade, either long paper trade or live trade, it can keep running. And the process is very, very simple for you. Load the study or the indicator or the strategy and create an alert. If it is alert, just copy paste one message. If it is indicator, sorry, if it is strategy, if it is indicator, you need to create two alerts, one for an entry and another one for exit, long and short. So based on that, whenever the alerts are triggering the buy and sell, it will be placed in your account. See, TradingView is running in the cloud atmosphere. And once you enable it in Algomojo, we know that we are in the cloud. So it is not running on your laptop. You're just logging in your laptop or mobile, right? So we know that you come in the morning and say enable paper trade, and this information is stored with us. And your say for whatever reason, after you do this, your internet has gone down or your system has crashed or there's no power. We have stored the information and we know when the signal is coming to us, what needs to be done. So accordingly, we will keep placing the orders whenever the signals are coming. That's the biggest advantage you have with the kind of uh, power intervention or internet failures, system failures which keep happening. You need not be worried about the trades not going through when your strategy is running and the order is not has to be placed. You are not dependent on the local machine. You have defined and set up the entire thing, and it will keep happening at the background for you. See, Amibroker, if you are running on your laptop, then you will have a problem because if there is no internet, it can't run. So data feed is also not coming in, and your signal not these. For example, now the chart is stopped because there's no internet, or if the power has failed, it is not able to generate the signal at all. Whereas if you're running the Amibroker also in a cloud environment, then it can keep running for you. So if you host it on a virtual server, your Amibroker, where the availability of the system is very high, it can keep running 24 bar 7 for you on the cloud. So you just go log in, do the setup in the say Amazon cloud or any other cloud services and host it there. Your data feed is running 24 bar 7 and your strategy is running 24 bar 7. All you have to do is come in the morning on your laptop or your mobile phone, just log into Algomojo and enable the paper trade or the live trade. It will keep working for you. We have some associates through whom we can give. Bell TPO is an associate with us. We can ask them to get in touch with you. Kindly get in touch with our support team. They'll help you to get the virtual servers. We can provide data feed, we can provide support file, all the necessary modules required for uh, Amibroker running and do help you in terms of there's a bridge to be installed in Amibroker. If you need data feed, we can provide data feed also from we are authorized dealers for global data feed and true data. We can give you any of this, or if you have your own, you can get in your own and then host it in the cloud environment and keep it running. Yeah. Coming back to our presentation. In case if there are any queries, please keep. Cloud in the sense, your virtual servers are the cloud services. We don't provide as a service as such. It is through our server associates. Bell TPOs whom is known to us, and they're good in their support and their platforms. So we suggest clients to go with them. In case if we have a requirement, the Bell TPO person will get in touch with you and provide you the details and help you in terms of setup. After the Amibroker is set up, if you need data feed, we come in and provide you the data feed. If you have the data feed, you can connect that. We will install the bridge after that, and then you can run your strategies from that cloud. You can, for the cloud services, you can refer to, or you can contact them directly also. In terms of the products, one of them has been virtual servers. It looks like they changed their website. I can ask them to get in touch with you and help you out. Yes, my name is Lokesh. Yes, yes, madam. Vijay Lakshmi, madam, you have some query? Let me. Hello, tell me. I unmuted you. You can talk or type your query. Yeah, I'll share the contact details. Vijay Lakshmi, you wanted to discuss or you have a query? I unmuted you. You can talk also, or you can type in the box Q&A box. I'm not able to hear you. Some issue. In case you're talking, I'm not able to hear you. You can type out your query here in the Q&A box or try unmuting and talking. Yeah, coming back onto our presentation. Yeah, like in automation, it's a two-step process as we just saw. First is you have to define what is that you want to trade in our platform, whether it is Nifty, Bank Nifty options, anything, and then enable the paper trade and live trade. Then go to the respective charting tool where you're trying to trade. Like for example, in TradingView, we just saw how to create an alert in TradingView, and if it is Amibroker, we'll need to download one or two modules, and that is it. Update your book URL, and you're ready to place orders automatically whenever there are signals coming in. So it's a simple process. We have tried to keep it as user friendly as possible. You need not have to have any coding or programming knowledge. Uh, you can you'll just need to do one or two copy paste and then it is done. All these are one-time activities which you need to do. After that, the orders can keep getting placed based on the signals that are getting generated. So rules are pretty important. Kindly understand how these rules work. Like we saw some examples of stop and reverse, and that is for strategies which are always in trade. If it is only long that you want to trade, then use long only. Or if you want to trade only short trades, use short only. Or if your strategy is intermittently in target in trade, like it takes an entry, then exits and waits. There's no trade. Then such kind of situations use buy and sell. The other one is the buy sell short cover. Short cover is more to do with Amibroker kind of environment, not in trading view. Not many people send or use short and cover. No, otherwise the functions are the same, similar. Then stop and reverse is similar to like for super trend kind of strategies. Use the stop and reverse module. Integration with TradingView, we just saw some examples of super trend, how to do it, and how to do an RSI based. Then somebody wanted SMC based, Spartan SMC. We saw that also. And if it is trend line, also you can do, or price based also you can do. So when you are using a strategy, the process is that first select the trading symbol, then select the time frame, then load your strategy, then go to alert and create an alert. Where the box will look something like this. In the message box, add the content and update the webhook URL. Just say create. If it is indicator, then you have to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. Yeah, just one moment. I'll just come to that, madam. So indicator, it's a two-step process. So you have to create two alerts, sorry, one for entry and the other one for exit. So similar, use the trading symbol first, select the time frame and load the indicator and then create the alert. In the alert, you have to update the condition and the trigger. Where the conditions could vary depending on your study. So it would be something like this. It is crossing up or crossing down or diversion, whatever is the condition that needs to be met, select those accordingly and then take it up. Create two alerts. If you are a trader using option strategies, please refer to this blog. Gives you a step by step as to how to create each of those legs and get them executed. Yeah. There is one query. Let me try and understand this. You're talking about super trend. See, this is nothing but the same code what we saw here. Try and this and load this. This is the same code. We have made available this code in our platform. This is what you saw. Super trend intraday, positional and this thing. Suppose you are a trader and you don't want to use TradingView, but you want to follow the super trend kind of thing. There is one facility you can try and use this. There's something called a strategy store. Yeah, you can select it from here also. These are some ready-made stuff. It's not a recommended thing or something from us. Uh, yeah, see that method of inside placing it inside API. It's slightly outdated, and we have created a new platform now, so that may not be very relevant. However, you could try it out using the API outlined here. You can use this same Pine script. Let me try and show you here in TradingView. So if here, if when you go to settings, yes. Yeah, I think we have removed that also. It is not that. So you can load that code here and update the APIs as per this, and then do the other settings, and then try and place an order. It should go through. Yes, you're right. Or if you want to use the same strategy and place orders without getting into trading view and all, you can refer to our strategy store. Here you have this super trend. These are some default stuff which you are given. You can select Nifty or Bank Nifty. Time frame available is 1 minute, 5 minute, or 15 minute. And say if you say 15 minute, add it to your strategy. There is a disclaimer, and it will be available for you here under my strategies here, 15 minute. And here you can modify to include uh, say if you want to trade in one lot, or if you want to trade in ITM 5 or ITM 2, make those modifications, save it, and every day in the morning live trade, paper trade or live trade, enable that. So you need not have to do any setup in TradingView. Uh, we are running it at the back end, so orders can get placed for you automatically. Or if you have TradingView, you can also running it by updating the parameters of API and broker. It will ask for certain inputs in terms of broker, in terms of API, in terms of quantity, whether it is MIS, intraday. All those settings need to be updated, and you can run it on your own from TradingView also. Yeah, see, for any of those, once you have a strategy here, all you have to do is go to load your strategies. It'll When you click on that, it'll show you this window. It'll show you what has been the performance, in terms of trade analysis, how many trades were there, how many were winning trade, how many were losing trade, what is the average P&L. All those parameters are provided here. These are the backtest reports. All the list of trades are given here. It'll give you an overview as to how many profitable trades were there, what is the profit factor. Depending on the time frame that you're using and depending on the instrument that you're running, it'll show you the backtest report. You can check it here. And this is one good stuff available in TradingView. You can check your or do your backtesting there. There. So so this is how you do it. Just load your strategy and go to this view. It will show you the backtesting results. See, for Amibroker, we have a couple of strategies. You can go to a website called traderscard.in. Looks like there's some maintenance happening. You can check. Yeah, you can go to strategies, and we have various strategies listed here for uh, trading in Nifty, Bank Nifty kind of environment. We give a 7-day trial also. We have data feed. The details of the performance and settings are provided here. However, it's slightly outdated. You will need to do the complete backtesting and check it out. And if you want to run it, it is available for uh, pay-per use kind of thing. The time frames and the settings are all recommended. Time frame and settings are all mentioned here. Say if you're trading in Nifty futures, 15-minute, this is the setting to be done. And if it is Bank Nifty, it is a different setting. So check it out. And if you want to try it out, backend, our support team will help you also. You can get in touch with us. We will give you a try, and you can try running it and see how it works, and then maybe deploy it for live trading also. So in terms of our support, we are available from Monday to Friday between 9 to 5 o'clock. and from 10 to 5 on Saturdays. And you can contact us on WhatsApp. WhatsApp number is 81055572233. Or you can call us on this number, 8550 You can raise a ticket or send us an email at support@algomojo.com. Our team should be able to uh, revert to you in terms of queries that you would have, or if you are facing any issues or you want any support, we'll be able to help you out. Thanks a lot. My name is Lokesh. My email ID is lokesh@wag.com. In case you have any query coding to be done in terms of trading view, Amibroker, Python, we should be able to help you out. Kindly send me an email with the details of your ideas. We can check and come back to you in terms of feasibility and costing and timelines. We have an extensive blog called algomojo.com/blog. Request you to kindly go through the blog, gives you a perspective of what all can be done in our platform. Our website is algomojo.com. So this session is recorded. In case you would like to have a look at it again later, you can. It will be available. In case you have any queries, do let me know. Else we can try and close this session for now. Okay, in case there are no queries, try and close the session for now. Thanks a lot for getting in at for